Welcome back to Salmon Trout Steelheader Magazine. Today we're going to be fishing the Lower Columbia with Tom Bates, Lucas Holmgren, and my son, Ronnie, for Shad.
Hey, what's going on? We're here with Tom Bates and his boat. So Tom, why don't you tell us what we're doing?
All right, we're going to be out here getting some shad today, hopefully. It's kind of good time in the season. We can go over a little bit of the gear that we're going to use. Just using some lighter kokanee rods, typical kokanee gear, kokanee rods, reel. We're going to fish some divers, get some brads, just plug divers like used for steelhead with about 3 feet a leader, back to a little mini Simon or Dick Knight or needlefish, the typical setups. And just flat lining that behind the boat, back there about 50 or 60 feet, get it down to the bottom.
Cool. Let's go do it.
So we're on our way out here on the Lower Columbia to go get some shad today. And we got a good spot kind of out of the main current seam. The shad kind of travel pretty close to the bank. So we're gonna anchor up in about 10 to 15 feet of water and see if we can get right in the slot.
Perfect. And what's great is you were already out earlier today. You've already set the anchor up. We just go tie off. Is that kind of how it's set up right now?
Yeah, I've got our anchor set up with the ball. So we're just going to go out, tie up to the spot that I've been in. And I already got into a few this morning by myself.
Tom's setting up. He's put out some sea anchors to hold the boat steady.
Okay, so we got out here, anchored up in our spot, sitting nice and straight in the current. We're going to drop our rods out. We've got the plug diver on here with a couple feet, 3 feet leader, back to a little mini Simon. We're going to try out here.
Perfect.
We're going to flatline this back behind the boat, so we're just going to free spool, let that plug travel out.
Yeah, really simple. 10 feet of water. We're all anchored up. Everything's nice and calm. Now, Lucas, what are you up to over there?
So I just dropped this one out here and didn't really know. I'm going to keep an eye on how far out Tom goes and then match it. But looking to get Ronnie on his first shad ever. Would it be your first?
Yeah.
Cool. So shad are a pretty cool fishery, especially for kids. I got my 5-year-old son on them last year, and there's, I think, something like 200,000 going over yesterday or something
just
crazy.
In one day, 2 to 5+ million go over lately the last few years.
It's incredible. So it's the perfect opportunity to get out either in a boat, or a lot of people go up to Bonneville and fish off the bank there, and then a couple other people have their secret bank spots for them. But once you get in the line for them, it should be pretty constant. So we'll see.
We're going to drop this rod out here next, our third rod. This is a different setup we're going to try. On this one, we've got an 18-inch dropper with a 1 ounce weight on. Then we're running the same, about 3 foot leader, back to a little bit different type of spoon. This one's called a Dick Knight. And we'll see how this one produces.
Perfect. Was that a fun boat ride?
Yes, it was very fun.
Ronnie, can you feel it on there?
Yeah,
Yeah, you can feel it as it tugging?
a little bit.
All right. Where should he bring it up to? Over to the side there. So Ronnie, you got to pull up and reel down, otherwise you're just reeling against nothing.
Yeah, keep the rod over.
There you go. Pull them up. Keep pulling.
There you go.
There you go. You caught a fishy.
Get that first fish.
There we go. First shad of the day. Good job, Ronnie. Good job, Tom.
Good job.
All right, let's do that again. And the action continues. Ronnie, you got one pulling hard. Oh, we got another one over here.
Yeah. Yeah, you got to put them back there quite a ways, but they're hitting bottom. Okay, that's good.
Keep reeling. Keep reeling,
Reel down
Ronnie.
and lift
Reel
again.
down.
Go down and lift.
All right. Good job.
Good looking fish.
Yeah, he's slimy too.
Mm-hmm.
Ronnie, give me a big smile.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna try something different here. We've been getting a bunch with the divers and everything, but something that's a lot of fun is you run this crappie rig, which you can get in a bunch of stores. It's got the 2 little spreaders, and then we've got crappie jigs on them actually. And then we got a 2-ounce Dave's weight at the bottom, and we're just gonna kind of jig it up and down. And when this works, it's one of the most fun ways to catch shad because you get to feel it in the hand. So give that a shot just vertically right here off the side of the boat. Just drop it into the water, make sure they're spreading out proper. There we go, both of them. Gotta double check that. They're both going out. This is tons of fun. Drop it down to the bottom, and you can either let it hang just right off the bottom or up and down slowly, and just let the hairs on the jigs do the work.
Yeah, and you can even just let that suspend, right?
Yeah, totally, because there's movement from the jig hairs themselves. So we could just hang it there, and it's hanging right above the bottom, and then it's got 2 different depth levels to target them. So, but it's fun to get them in hand when you can, for sure.
Okay, so we just got done reeling in another fish here. So we're gonna flatline the plug out there. So I'm just keeping letting the spool just free spool. Literally let it free spool. You can see the plug sticking up above the water as it's drifting back in the current. And we're gonna run it back to, as you start out close to the boat, when your first couple drops out, if you don't get hit and everybody else is catching fish around you within 5 minutes, just drop out a little bit further, fish that, go maybe 10 feet at a time until you get into the fish. And then what happens is you drop out further, that diver dives a little bit deeper until it gets down to the bottom. These will dive easily to 10 feet and hit the bottom. And then they won't snag up, so there's no need to worry if you are hitting the bottom. You just want to find whatever zone those fish are running in, get the right depth. Yours is going that way.
Looks like we're doubled up again. Ronnie, what's going on, buddy? Huh? You having fun?
Yeah, the fish is currently not fighting.
He's not fighting. He's just because he ran way over there by the beach, didn't he? So that one.
Mine's over here. Oh, yours is coming around the other side, Ronnie. Chase him around that side of the boat.
Keep chasing him. Keep chasing him. Yeah, pull him over there.
There you
go.
Oh, good control. Good rod control, Ronnie.
All right. Look at that. Kept him right out of the motor. Okay, scooch him over here. Well, I gotta say, we keep getting bites, we keep catching fish, but this doesn't get old. It's pretty fun watching the rod go down, and these things fight pretty well on light rod. Where'd he go? Jeez.
Just doubled up. Got another one
Doubled
on.
up, one over
Right
there.
here.
Awesome.
Oh, just spit it on me. Jumped, caught air, threw it out of his mouth. All right, and since we're using the plug diver, it's really easy to reset. After you get a fish on, you lose it, long line release, you just set it back in the rod holder and wait for another one. Okay, so we'll go over a couple of the things we've been using today out here shad fishing. Got my little tackle box set up. Some of the divers we're using. Here's your typical spreaders. You can use a weight dropper with that. Here's some of the different spoon setups. Have them pre-rigged already with leaders on them. Mini Simons, Dick Knights, triple teasers, needlefish, any of those work. Assorted colors, silvers, golds, green, orange. If you're not catching shad, you just want to change your color, try something different. Change the profile. Today they really keyed in on the smaller profile. Earlier in the week, we got them on a little bit larger profile when the sun was out. I don't know if that makes a difference. But the main thing is, if you're not catching fish, change what you're doing. Move a little bit. Maybe you need to move sideways, even moving 10 feet from one direction or the other. Change your water depth a little bit. Don't be afraid to change it up and find what they want to eat. Just read the fish, give them what they want. So we're in a spot today. We're fishing about 10 to 11 feet of water. We've got a good break in front of us. It's breaking the current, so we're kind of a lot lighter slack current right now. The water's up really high. The river's running really hard all the time. But typically you fish the shad on the ebb tide while you've got a lot of current run out, and then just getting the softer part of that up next to the bank, on the inside of right below a corner, inside of the river, right below a corner. You'll find that softer current seam and find where the fish are at in that. They're right here. Some of the people are catching them all the way out to 20 feet. Like I said, we've been in next to 10 feet of water. We're doing really good. Those fish are traveling all the way out to over 20 feet. So we've still got our divers out there. We've got our weight droppers. We've got a mix and seeing which ones they like the best. It's been pretty split up bite between them. But definitely when you hook one, you hook another one. Right here, we just got one on. There's a nice hookup. Somebody want to grab that rod? Guys,
Hey guys, grab
got
the
a good
rod.
fish on right there. That one's that's our weight dropper rod. And usually, a lot of times we're hooking one, you're hooking two, we're hooking three at a time. When they hit, all the rods are lighting up. It's been tons of fun, lots of fast action. So then you get a little pause sometimes for 10 minutes or 30 minutes at a time. You won't get a bite. Somebody's got to reel in and check your gear. Look for a little bit of grass or leaves or something like that on there.
Well, the rain found us, but the fish are still biting. Lucas has got yet another one on. We're going to swap some gear out and put some salmon tackle out and see what happens. I think the tide just is kind of turning right now a little bit, right?
Yeah, we're getting to the top of the tide. Water this year, we got a lot of snow runoff. And so they're spilling a lot of water over the dam. So even during the flood tide, we still have some current flow. So we've been catching shad during that incoming tide with the current running hard enough for us. And then, now we're getting to the top of the tide. Let's throw some salmon gear out. A lot of salmon are moving up the river still. And we'll get them, see if we can get into some as they're moving up. Shad fishing's not too hectic like salmon, so break out the little barbecue grill on the boat here. I've got some pre-made Cabela's garlic pepper brats with some venison from some game meat we got last fall. I make up myself. Bring people out in my boat and give them a nice lunch meal, warm lunch while they're out.
Sounds delicious.
Doesn't get better. Okay, stop drilling. Just lift it up, nice and easy. A little bit of line out. There you go.
We just had lunch and raining a little bit now. Ronnie's got another one on.
There we go. There we go. Got a little release. Oh yeah.
Good job, Ronnie.
Yeah.
High five. All right.
Where's he going? Which way is he going?
This is such a great fishery for kids. As you can see, this is Ronnie's first time out. We're kind of winding down, and he's been catching one fish after another. And, whoa, was that a bite? I think we're getting bit. Oh, no. Fish is getting over here. Oh, watch out. Better grab this.
Oh, he came off. He
But
cleared
in
it.
the
He came off.
Columbia River, I don't know, 2 to 5 million plus shad return in May, June, primarily June and July. And, if you just learn a few techniques and where to go, it's fishing just absolutely amazing. So, a lot of fun.
All right, well, the shad action's been plenty hot today. Having a lot of fun. It's a great way to get all the kids out, family out here to catch some fish, have a really good time. And some people ask, well, why do you want to catch them? What are shad good for? And what are you doing with them? And so there's kind of 4 main things that you do with shad. You've got either use them for crab bait, or some halibut bait. People like to fillet them, use them for that. Some people want to eat them. So that's about it. This one came unhooked already, but it's been steady action all day, so I'm sure we'll be hooked up here really soon. They're on and off, but just that quick.
Lots of fun here out on the Columbia River, and it was great to get out with Nick and Tom. Tom's got another fish on here, and we're just having fun. It's fun to tug on fish and then get Ronnie the chance to kind of practice bringing fish in. You get a lot of opportunity to learn fighting fish. So having fun. Hope you learned a little bit from this, and go out there with the divers and the Dick Knights, or the divers and the little Simon Wobblers, and have some fun with it.